Stats NZ and Ngā Rauru Kītahi signed Te Takapou Tupua at Te Aroha Marae and Kaiwi last week. The relationship agreement is designed to ensure whānau marae, iwi, hapu and Māori organisations have more input into decisions made around their future by empowering them with data. Tia Warbrick, I should say, is Deputy Chief Executive for Māori Partnerships and Strategy at Stats NZ and is with us now. Tēnā koe, Tia. Thank you so much for joining us.
Tēnā koe, Neil. Thank you for the invite.
So what's the motivation behind this relationship agreement between Ngā Rauru Kītahi and Stats NZ?
Kia ora. Well, Stats NZ has an enterprise strategic priority to deliver for and with iwi, hapu and Māori. So we're making a commitment to engage more meaningfully and better understand the landscape of Māori data needs and aspirations.
So why is data so important today, especially for whānau, iwi and hapu?
Data is really important for being able to empower communities such as iwi to be able to determine their priorities and secure their pathways for future development. It's also got a really key role in enabling iwi to track the progress of those pathways and priorities that they implement, to understand what the outcomes of those were and what their next steps might be.
And how much do you expect this data to be used around supporting housing, workforce, health and well-being?
I think so. Importantly, Ngā Rauru Kītahi have identified those as their priorities, and the first step together under our relationship is for us to work with them to drill down into what their data needs are and amongst those priorities and develop a fit-for-purpose data management plan and strategy. So that will really give them the evidence to enable them to make data-driven decisions. And so using data is an essential tool.
So it's important, obviously. So how do you feel data can help to empower iwi, hapu, Māori businesses to create opportunities for whānau?
I think data is a real key enabler for empowering communities and such as iwi to be able to articulate their realities and secure pathways for future development with evidence. For example, data really represents where people are, what they're doing. It provides analytics for iwi and hapu and Māori to make decisions about those opportunities for supporting their whānau and determining what their priority focus areas are. So it's a story that they can, data provides them with a story to gather information about themselves and tell the story in the way that they need it to, in any way that, for their relationships, their conversations, the opportunities that might be presented through, such as the relationship that we have with Ngā Rauru for conversations with government.
Now, talk us through the signing, the day of the signing. What was this like and at Te Aroha Marae?
Oh, it was beautiful. It was a very cold day, but it was beautiful. The signing was part of the annual forum that Ngā Rauru Kītahi or Te Kāhui or Rauru have with the government each year. So we were lucky enough to have the signing of our relationship amongst that annual ministerial forum, which was led by Minister Jackson and Minister Davis. It was quite a, it's quite a small whare, so it made it, it was a small space for us to all be in together, which just really sort of ensured that we were really connected and joined up. The manaaki, of course, was outstanding, and we all had we had a good day with Ngā Rauru. Got to really hear from them firsthand what their priorities are and what they want to continue talking about us with going into the future.
And why Ngā Rauru Kītahi? Why were they chosen as a partner for you?
So Ngā Rauru Kītahi is one of a number of iwi who have a treaty settlement with Crown. And so, there's a number of commitments in there that enable them to have, through their accord mechanism, which was what the annual ministerial forum is related to, that enables them to have conversations with the government each year. Ngā Rauru Kītahi have essentially said data is important to us now, and approach Stats to have that conversation. So, of course, we open the door. This relationship agreement really provides them with an access point to have those conversations that they need to about data.
Tia, is it likely then that this will be spread throughout other iwi around the country?
Yep, absolutely. So we do already have a number of other agreements with iwi, but we're also having conversations with many more.
So the iwi focus has been around directing investments and creating opportunities for growth, employment and upskilling their people through a variety of business ideas. How do you hope that this new agreement will grow these opportunities?
Yeah, so, Friday for us was more than just signing the piece of paper. It's really that commitment to the relationship and recognising the potential of data. We know that, there's many conversations that they could be participating, iwi Māori can be participating in with government and businesses more broadly around their priorities. So we really want to be able to support them with the information, or at least the strategy to understand how they can access that data and information that they need to make sure that they can have those conversations really meaningfully and that represent their people at any point in time.
So where to from here, Tia? What happens now?
So now all the hard work begins, I think. So the next steps are us really drilling down into understanding what their needs are and amongst those priorities that we discussed a little bit before, and understanding what the opportunities are for us and being able to support them to bring together those data needs. Sounds simple, but I think it can be a little bit technical. Data is spread across government. So, those conversations will occur, over potentially a 6-month period.
Wonderful. Sounds positive to me. Tia Warbrick, Deputy Chief Executive for Māori Partnerships and Strategy at Stats NZ. Thank you so much for joining us today. Ngā mihi.
Kia ora, thank you. Ka kite.